Hello everybody and good day. This is Fred with Tech Talk and I'm coming at you today with a video on an issue that we have been made aware of by some of our subscribers who have watched the video on connecting a Hikvision or Dahua IP camera or NVR/DVR to a Gmail account in which you can use the SMTP server settings in the camera to send motion alerts to the Gmail Exchange server. And basically what has happened is Gmail has shut off, about six weeks ago, they shut off the third-party app function in the security settings of Gmail, which no longer allows communication between the Hikvision or Dahua or any manufacturer, third-party manufacturer for that matter. It eliminates the ability for those to communicate through Gmail. There is a way to fix this. There's a simple thing you can do to continue receiving your alerts. It's not that difficult to do. We're going to cover it right now. All right, what do you say? Let's get into the meat and potatoes. Before we do, you know the drill. There is a subscribe button in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Please click that and subscribe to our channel if you have not yet done so. That way you can be notified when we upload future content. Also, like the video if it's useful, and as always, leave comments. A lot of these videos, including this one, are based on viewer comments, so we certainly appreciate those. But yes, what has happened, if you go into your Gmail account, and hover over your logo, which is your account, go ahead and click that and you'll see an option to manage your Gmail account. Okay, and when we click that, one of the options over here to the left is security. Okay, and when we set this up, when we set this email notification process up with Gmail, you did a couple of things. Okay, you had to shut off two-step verification because the Hikvision and Dahua hardware, can't do that. They can't verify it with a phone. The other thing we had to do is we had to turn on access to allow less secure apps. Okay, this allowed the Gmail email exchanger to work with the Hikvision or Dahua NVR, DVR, or IP camera using their SMTP settings. Okay, so this third-party access is shut off. Okay, and if you click here, it will tell you why. To keep your account secure, from May 30th, 2022, Google no longer supports the use of third-party apps or devices which ask to sign in to your Google account using only your username and password. And that's all the hardware can do, the security hardware. They can only access the account and the SMTP functions using a username, password, and port. So we're not going to be able to use Google anymore. It's not Hikvision or Dahua's fault. It's Google's trying to keep you safe. Okay, so the workaround or the way to fix this is to use another email exchange server that works well with your hardware. And from my testing, the one that works the best is Outlook. Okay, it works very smoothly. It's easy to set up. We're going to cover that process right now. All right, kids, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to head over to Outlook.com. You can see the link here. I've also placed it in the description to this video to make it easier for you. But once you get to the Outlook main page, you're going to have to create a free account. Okay, and that's self-explanatory. We don't have time in the video to go over that, but basically you just pick an email, create a password, and bam, you have an Outlook account. Okay, so the next thing you have to do once you create your Outlook account is connect it to your camera, and we're going to use the Dahua camera to demonstrate this. The process is very similar with Hikvision. It's under the network tab and email. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to know what the SMTP settings are, outgoing server settings are for Outlook. Okay, and you just Google that and it will tell you. Oh, look right here, Outlook outgoing SMTP server settings. Okay, very, very simple. So now you need to log into your camera and go into your SMTP settings and make them reflect this information. Okay, so like I said, we're going to demonstrate that with a Dahua camera. So I'm going to go into Smart PSS. and I'm going to pick one of my cameras. We'll go into device config, and we'll let these guys come online here. And let's demonstrate with peer. Okay. And as you are familiar with, the thing that we love about Dahua is you can use the Smart PSS app. There's a link going across the top of your screen right now with how to download this and add your Dahua cameras to it. But what it allows you to do is it allows you to log into any camera or NVR using a web browser remotely. And you can't do that with Hikvision unless the devices are port forwarded. And then Hikvision, most of the cameras and NVRs only use Internet Explorer, old school Explorer, which isn't even available with Windows 11. So let's open up a browser and that camera should come up for us. In a second here, sometimes it takes a minute. Holy moly, usually it doesn't take that long, kids. All right, here we go. So we'll enter our credentials. And we will go into our network settings. So right here is network, and you will see SMTP email. Okay. So here are your settings if you're using Outlook. Okay. The SMTP, the outgoing server, should be smtp.office365.com, port 587. You're going to put your username as the login to that Outlook account. So as you can see, it's lazyfrogcams@outlook.com. Okay, I've entered the password that I created when I created the account. You're going to also use that as the sending email address. You see lazyfrogscams@outlook.com again there. We're going to use TLS just like we did with Gmail. And then you need to put in the receiver email. Okay, I just put Fred Wentworth at newenglandcctv.com. That's my work email. And you do that by typing it here and then adding it. Okay. Then you just hit save. And you want to make sure it works, right? So hit test. And if it works, you'll get a prompt that says it was successful. If it failed, it's going to tell you it failed. So it succeeded. That's good. So as long as the events notification tab in the camera is sent to send emails for motion alerts, this will work. So to verify that, again, we're going to go back into Smart PSS. We're going to go into event for this particular camera. And we can see here that motion detection is enabled. Okay, you can adjust your sensitivity and all of that stuff here. You can see we've elected a snapshot to be emailed. Okay, and again, you can adjust sensitivity by hitting settings here. Okay, so right now we're on 60. You can go up or down to adjust sensitivity according to your location. This is kind of a big area, so I like 60. All right, and again, snapshot is enabled to email. Okay, so we can hit save. And when we go into our Outlook account, we should see some motion alerts. That's a pretty active area. So let's go into Outlook, and I can show you that this in fact works. Oh, I need some coffee. It's early. All right, let's go into our inbox here. Oh, we don't even have them being sent here, but we can go to the sent files. There's our test that we just did at 8:11. And previous to that, there is a motion alert. So if I pull that up, there he is. Look at that fella on the stairs. Okay, works pretty good, right? All right, that's how you fix it. I know Gmail was very popular to us all. It is to me as well. It is disappointing to use another email exchange server for this, but we have to receive the alerts. We have to do it. The good thing about it is you can set up this Outlook on your phone, and it can be a different tone. Some people will use an alarm system or a buzzer that tells you distinctively it's different than your normal email. If I'm away camping or something like that, and I get a work email, sometimes I'll look at it right away. Sometimes I might be playing with the kids and I'll check that email later. But now that I have this, if this is set up to a different tone, I can be like, oh, that's cameras. Let's check that out and see what that is. Kind of differentiates the email service that you're using with your security system from your email that you're using for everything else, which is most likely Gmail. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Until next time, we'll see you in the field.